when you're dominating a game, you have to put the ball in the net. Like, it, it's about winning. It's about winning. It's always about winning. I see. That's the thing that people don't understand. It's always about winning. There was a period in the game that Chelsea could have won this game, and I tweeted it when it happened. So just to show that I'm not fake, I tweeted it when it happened. I said when Chelsea were 1-0 up, looking good after the Chief of Gas stroke Horseman scored the flipping just like you've got to hit that, you've got to get that goal. And once they did not capitalize, City knew that look, let's just buy that time. Let these guys just keep the ball and everything. As soon as we get an opportunity, we're just going to hit them. And De Bruyne, who led by example, got that first G. Bro, Mahrez might be top three, top four, man. But look, man, looking at the game as a whole, overall, City, you might have to say that City deserved to win it. Obviously, the complicated Chelsea fan is going to have his own view on the post match afterwards. But I just think, in my view, I think overall City deserved to win because Chelsea just did not capitalize on their era of superiority. Like because there was time when they were controlling the game, but possession doesn't mean anything. Controlling the game doesn't mean anything. Playing pretty much does not win anything. It's about winning the flipping game, and I think Chelsea should have been much more incisive and much more direct. City were like once Chelsea took that lead, City were there for the taking. Chelsea were there, and look and see. There's a difference between what Liverpool do and what Chelsea do. See, if Liverpool in that situation 1-0 up, they would have gone for the jugular. They would have just gone right, straight in, stranglehold, and would have constantly told the wing backs to ride in and just drive balls in. But for Chelsea, just pass the ball, one touch, looking pretty. And I'm like, okay, yes, it's great. But it's like, no, 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 no. Lampard should have instructed his boys that get that ball to Tammy as quickly as possible. Jorginho and people move that ball up to the sick, willing people as much as possible and get that ball in the box and get shots on targets. Because but with the more pressure that we put on these guys, the more that they will mentally begin to fold. But look, it didn't happen. And look, man, Mahrez, man, that was an amazing G, man. It was an amazing G from Mahrez. And I think that dude of the first half was De Bruyne, but if you see that dude of the entire game, it was Mahrez. Because I think De Bruyne sort of became a bit more quiet in the second half. Mahrez just had an amazing game, and I think Mahrez just shows that, when this guy's on it, like, because he's very left footed and it's similar to Robin where you know what he's going to do, but he's so skilled and so technically skilled that even if you know what he's going to do, he still knows how to manipulate the space, put his body in a position to pretty much get his shot off or dribble you and get past you. But I just think his distribution, his passes, his shots taken, the guy was money. Mahrez was fully money in the game, man. But look, man, Chelsea, yeah, because look, Chelsea played real well. I mean, Mishi played like a brick when he came on. I don't know what the hell dude was doing, man. But I mean, Chelsea, look, man, they looked alright. They looked really good, man. Those young boys look good, and I think this is a learning experience for these young guys. Where it's like it's not just about looking good. It's not just about having possession of the play. You have to put in your mind of like how do we not translate this into wins? Because look, Jorginho and Kovacic, they looks really good. But Jorginho and Kovacic, you cannot believe that you're going to just completely outplay and dominate Man City, a Pep Guardiola Man City for 90 minutes at the crib. That's ridiculous. That's just being a bit too lofty. That's a bit too lofty and a bit too greedy. So for Chelsea, I just think like those two goals, based on how quickly it happened, it just lost away. And I think the momentum changed. And I think Chelsea got taught a big boy football. Because that's what happens in big boy football. Big boy football is ruthless. In big boy football, all because you play well doesn't mean that you win. All because you look good and do the right things doesn't mean that you win. Big boy football is about being cutthroat. It's about mess with the BS. Let's just get that G, man. But look, man, for Man City, like, again, like, it wasn't their greatest game. They upped their game mostly in the second half. Sterling didn't really have his best game, but it's like that's just the strength of the City teams. Like if Sterling doesn't have a great game, you can like the De Bruyne and Mill and Mahrez just carry the entire team. Aguero had a pretty bad game, but when you have a De Bruyne and the Mahrez who can play on that level, you can have a game where Sterling and Aguero was quiet. By the way, I ain't giving that offside. See, We have to go back to a stage where offside is where there is space between the last defender and the attacker. If my pubic hair is offside, how does that give me an advantage? Oh, an inch of my pubic hair was offside. Therefore, that gives me an advantage. That is insane. That is crazy. But yeah, man, look, man, it is what it is, man. City got that W. And Chelsea just have to regroup for Valencia. So regroup for Valencia and just refocus. And City, they're still in it. I think, if they had dropped points today, I think I would have probably said it was over. But at 9 points, still in November, coming into December, there is still a shot of hope. There is still a shot of hope. So this was a tough game for Man City, and I think them coming through this game gives them just that little bit of belief that, look, man, it happened last season when we lost to Newcastle. As long as there is still a mathematical way, there is still a way to go. But I think for Pep, he definitely wants his team to perform a lot better, especially in that first half, because for Pep, I think he'll know deep down that they got a bit lucky that because of the naivete of this Chelsea team who did put them away when they should have, City were able to come through, regroup, get the goals, then dominated the game, and they pretty much took over the game in the second half, man. But just put the ball in the nets, man. Just put the ball in the nets.